How throughout the South, even today, it seems like every other pastor and peepaw is touching on kids? Well, that is a cultural stay from when white people used to own black children. Do y'all honestly think that a master is going to wait until a slave turned 18 in order to assault them? It's better to break them in when they're young.
But if Epstein was a wild boy, man. We're going to get into him and Diddy later on in the show. Would you rather go to an Epstein party or would you rather go to a Diddy party? Hold on. We're going to get there. We're going to get to that on the other side, fam. Which party would you go to? Analysis of the 2026 document releases and expert commentary indicates that Epstein's predatory behavior was fueled by a desire to exercise power over the very demographic, specifically middle to upper class white minors, that society typically views as the most protected. It don't mean nothing if they do it to a black kid. It means dominance and power if they can do it to someone white. Think about it. If black people wasn't here, what would white people do? They would resort back to the same shit they was doing before they found us, fighting each other. It's a power thing. But this sense of power was not just about the acts themselves, but about the social daring involved. Profilers suggest that for a predator obsessed with elite status, getting away with crimes against a demographic that usually commands the most legal and social resources served as ultimate proof of his invincibility, transformed his crimes into a dark display of leverage. Sick puppy mind. He had the ability to corrupt or bypass the traditional safety nets of white affluent society, provided a more intense psychological high for him. He was more in control. He'd rather do it to them than to be preying on marginalized groups like black folks, who tragically were already often ignored by the system. It's sick. The problem is white boys. Roll tape.
For the past couple of months, white people are being forced to wake up to the obvious truth that there is no kind of solidarity or allegiance of whiteness across class lines. It's always been all of us are cattle to them. Like that's it. But all of this is why I wasn't surprised at all when in the new batch of files that were just released, there was like an email or something where somebody said that they didn't want any of the children they were planning on doing things with to be black because, duh. Any white person could violate a black person and get away with it. That's just the way the world is. But to do all of the things that we did to black people onto other white people, that's power. Brutalizing black people just doesn't really fuel the ego for them in the way that hurting white people does. These people aren't in some way attracted to their victims.